Despite bans on LGBTQ+ content, new TV drama brings gay characters to the screen. A new Chinese television drama has received positive reviews from audiences for its subtle references to same-sex relationships and representations of the LGBT community on the small screen, despite such portrayals being prohibited. Titled Delicious Romance, the series focuses on the personal and professional lives of 3 women and joins a growing list of shows to recently garner popularity for their realistic portrayal of female-centric roles. Directed by Taiwan's Leste Chen and Chao Jen, the 20-episode drama premiered on streaming site Tencent Video last month. In one episode, a male character, surnamed Huang, is seen discussing his sham marriage with a female protagonist, highlighting the societal pressures individuals feel to conform to marriage and childbirth. While some Chinese gay men and lesbian women help one another by tying the knot, many others hide their sexual orientation and end up with straight partners.
What do they mean by subtle depictions?
Yeah. So I mean, under the communist government, right? Like, I'm wondering what kinds of, what are the, there's kind of a common theme in today's and all the stories. But one of the things that really strikes me is how the incredible content that is coming out of Asia that we're seeing in streaming services. Like, I'm thinking of Netflix, the Korean Squid Games, which I thought was really queer in a lot of ways.
Agreed.
And the Japanese Alice in Borderland. There's all these really interesting stories that are coming out of Asia, and I wonder if this is how this is going to play out in this kind of space, and how subtle is. Like, maybe these are powerful messages that can resonate with people beyond subtle to us, but maybe not subtle in China or whatever, right?
Right, and I think too, it reminds us how important it is for us to see ourselves in media, right?
Yeah.
So. I also felt very pressured as a young adult to get married and have children, get married heterosexually and have children. And, and that's what I did, right? And I didn't actually know that I could be with another woman until I was 26 years old, right? And so had I seen some subtle references to people like me, then maybe my situation would have been different and I would have come out sooner. So I applaud this.
And I think, the path to progress happens a lot of times in entertainment, even in our own country. The media does obviously change views. Yeah. I don't know that it'll change communist views that easily. Right. However, and I'm happy to see that they're trying to push the envelope and show this representation in media.
Yes.
And this pushing the envelope, as you say, is an act of activism. It's an act of defiance, which until you said it is radical. Until you said it, I didn't think about it that way. Like, these subtleties are helping inform a whole new generation.
It gives a language to defiance, right? Like, it creates a framework in which people can really start pushing back, right? We saw that in Cuba. Certainly, yeah.
I'm glad that you said that, because we offline had this conversation before, how this exact same thing happens among communities of color. And I said, well, this runs preeminent with Latinos, right?
It's a black thing.
Yeah.
It's a white thing.
It's a white thing.
Everyone
thing.
is dealing with that.
Yes.
And so I think it's about seeing something consistent in media as representation, for all type of inclusion and diversity does help us.
So important.
But we've all said something. It helped us be who we are now. Even though it may have taken a while, we wouldn't be as powerful and loving. So now the generation behind us can just be more free to be themselves, right?
Yeah,
exactly
right.
I got goosebumps.
It was needed.
Yes.
Like, the power and truth was needed so that the new generation can come and just really be free to be themselves.
Yes.
Politically, in your religious institution, in your education, in your family, and be proud and be happy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
More of that.
I hope they're grateful. I just hope they're grateful.
LGBTQ+ news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBT